A very good day, friends and respected teachers who are attending this. Let me go to my presentation. I'm doing this presentation as Innovation Ambassador of Dempe College of Arts and Science, Miramar, Panji, Goa. Myself, Dr.Ashish Prabhugaonkar. I'm Assistant Professor in Department of Botany at Dempe College of Arts and Science, Miramar. I'm going to tell you today in my first talk as an Innovation Ambassador key takeaways from ongoing efforts for promotion of innovation startup ecosystem, ongoing efforts to promote entrepreneurship among students. This is done by various agencies. That also I will tell which agencies are promoting this. Why we need this promotion or thrust for innovation and startup. So these things we'll be discussing in this presentation. So why there is a thrust to innovation and startup ecosystem by Government of India, by various organizations working under it, various even private organizations, various NGOs are working towards it. Why it is happening? Why things are required? No justification is required. We can see the huge unemployment and outcry for jobs everywhere. Unemployment rates are staring at us. Even educated unemployed, the people who are well educated, but still they are not getting job. You can see this picture here, wherein one can see a line for jobs, only for few tens of jobs. Even for clerical position, the news item comes, tens of thousands of highly qualified people applied. People are sitting without job, without proper job. Educated people are sitting without job. Don't ask me about the unorganized sector, what is happening. There is no much data also available. So not only the individual is at the loss of not having a job, it is about harnessing our demographic dividend. India is the country of youngsters, they say, most of the population is young compared to the old age or the children's. So we should harness this potential in getting the economic development of the country. Okay, one day we will be also like other developed countries, wherein the demographic dividend will not be there. There will be more dependent people than more working people in a country. So getting the right job to the hands of the people and harnessing the potential of them is also in the interest of country. So demographic dividend is the term I wish to introduce you. It's a boost in economic productivity that occurs when there is a growing number of people in workforce relative to number of dependents. India is getting some kind of such boost, but not to the fullest. And the unemployment, high amount of unemployment, the high amount of motivation among the student, the youngsters is one of the reason for not able to harvest full dividend. India will remain in this phase for next 20 to 25 years, but will be able to harvest it or will be able to give the work for the hands is a question. Think about the modern technologies which are taking away jobs. online ticket booking, online flight booking have taken away jobs of brokers. Even tourism, the mediators are gone. Online shopping, the shopkeepers, traders, pharmacies, most of their trade is lost to the online retailing. Drivers who were not able to adapt to the modern technologies which were provided by this apps, taxi booking apps. Office assistants, professors, lawmakers, many jobs were lost, okay, or are getting lost. So picture is grim. Picture is grim. That one side we are rising unemployment, one side jobs are getting lost. But think about what are the newer opportunities which are being created by these technologies. We have various technologies which are coming up in the future, okay, by like artificial intelligence, robotics, biotechnology, nanotechnology, the 5G for example, the green energy, electric vehicle, biofuel. The government may itself promote these. So various newer changes which are going to come in the society, they will not only take away job but also create opportunities. So we need entrepreneurs, we need businessmen, or we need people who can understand these technologies, apply them to solve the problem of the society, problem of the people, and then come out with the solutions which will make the life easy, which people are ready to pay for. The taxi booking apps, online shopping apps rode on the waves of IT technology, online marketing or online technologies, or geographic information system, geographic mapping of the data of various organizations and roads. So they rode on this wave, and then they were successful to provide a solution to the people which people were ready to pay for, and then they developed a billions of dollar industry for themselves. So here one more term I would like to introduce to you is the market disruption, which is caused by the arrival of newer technologies, newer possibilities which have been made by the technologies, and then the disruption to already established industries which is given to this by the entrepreneurs which are very small, okay, or very newly started. Not very small is not the right term. The newly started, they may have started at the larger scale also, okay, like Paytm or Amazon, but they are very young, okay, comparatively they are very young compared to the large business houses which existed for centuries. These have come from nowhere and they have hit billions of dollars of business, okay, just like the horn of unicorn, no, okay, in the market they have hit the millions of dollars of business, and then their technologies are providing solutions, their technologies are creating newer opportunities. Here we can think of the example. Today a village person can sell his product to the international market through the online retailing platforms, okay. Earlier he had to go through so many brokers or so many barriers and permissions, and he cannot think of going to that level. So are we ready? Are we ready for these changes to occur? are we ready to look for the ideas? Okay. So, looking for the idea or looking for the opportunities, what it is. Okay, let's try to understand what is the process behind this. What is the process behind looking for ideas is. Okay, first of all, looking for ideas require understanding the field. Okay, understanding the field where you have the problem or opportunities. Okay, for example, these are some of the examples which I just experienced. I had a classmate, okay, who was like in graduation. He said, I'm not going to continue my education, I want to start something, or I want to go for my business, I'm looking for some opportunities. And at the end of my education, he just simply observed, I had to go for 10-15 kilometers for simple xeroxing in the college. So he saw opportunity there, and then he started his small venture of xeroxing machine. I went on for the studies. Okay, after some 15 years or 10 years or 15 years when we meet, I have completed my studies, and then I'm just looking for a job. I have spent so much of money and energy on studying more. I'm not saying you should not study more, but I'm just applying as a contract position or temporary position, looking for a permanent position which is hard to come. Whereas that person who has gone with their idea, he has put in that much efforts only on his idea. He has also learned newer technologies in his field, and he has achieved much more. Okay, he has now a shop with 4-5 staffs. He has contact with the customers, right? He has contact with the government, or he knows his field of work very well, and his valuation is much more than what I am valued at. Okay, so this is just an example wherein how entrepreneurship can give a boost to your career. Another example common in Goa, many people see this. Goans go abroad, work for 4-5 years abroad, maybe 10 years abroad, come with a smart amount of money, we can say maybe 1 crore, 2 crore by working abroad. But at the same time, a person who is just starting a business in his own village is valued much more than him. Plus, he has the contacts, he has established his own business, and whether then this person who is coming after 10 years back and trying to establish himself here, he doesn't have any contacts, or he doesn't have established business, he has to look for government job, or he has to look for a decent job which will suit to his profile. Okay, so this is something which will make you think about going for entrepreneurship. I'm not saying you should not go for higher studies, but at the same time you should think of going simultaneously for entrepreneurship also. As a student, as a beginner, it is better you start working in the field where you want to start, you want to have the idea for your startup. There are different fields wherein you may have interest. Okay, there are some big industries in there, so you can just approach them and start working for them at any level, but have the big dreams in mind, have something mind of like looking for opportunities. Okay, and have that intent of looking for opportunities. And first of all, you should observe the industry or the things happening in that field, understand them, understand the problems of these people. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Here in story, one Gujarati person, I'm not telling the name of the company, he was just selling the different kind of soap powder. So when he used to sell the different kind of soap powder, he observed the branded soap which was costing 4 to 5 times people used to prefer than the local one. So he always used to wonder what are the content of this and what are the content of this, why this is selling so much. Then okay, he understood that it removes stains better. Then he went into details of what are the contents of this and what are the uses of it. Okay, and then he found that this one product which was having some European technology in it to develop in manufacture had some components which were required to wet the cloth or keep it sink inside the water. Okay. Then he went to recustomize the, because he thought that India, we to the Indian customers, we have joint families, we have bucket full of clothes. Clothes remains sunk in the water. No, there is no need for this particular component, and he went to find out the price of it. He thought that he can reduce the cost of that product by almost 40% if you remove this particular item. So he went on his idea, he ideated it. Okay. So first understanding, first he understood the problem, then he synthesized his own idea. Okay. Then we go to ideation stage. Okay. So when you find such kind of thing which you can improve in a particular field, okay, you can find a solution. When a person saw that the elderly people had difficulty, or the busy people had a difficulty in going to the pharmacy and standing in the queue and buying the your medicines, they came with NetMeds, okay, or Easy Farm, or so many companies have not come up, okay, online pharmacy. Okay. So giving the solution to the problems of the people. So once you have this idea, okay, then you reach the ideation stage. Okay. So what is ideation stage? Ideation stage is mulling over your idea. Okay. Mulling over the idea, whether you can, how you can launch business prospects of this idea, how you can market your idea. Okay. That also includes creation of prototype and testing it. Okay. So making a business plan, what is the strategy for like selling your idea to the people, how to generate revenue streams, who will be funding you to the practicality of that idea, who will be your target customer. All these things go in your mind when you have a solution to your problem society faces. Then we have to think over it for a particular period. Many times when you think over it, then somebody must have also thought over it. Okay. And then there is no possibility of doing it, so you can drop the idea also at the ideation stage. But a well ideated idea is your property. Okay. And then also going beyond this point, also don't take the legal matters granted. Okay. That's where your patent right or copyright or intellectual property rights come into the picture. Understand them well. Larger companies or research institute go for patenting, wherein the prototype itself, the vague kind of model of a particular solution is patented. Okay. And then the particular person gets 1 year to file the final patent. I have seen people without doing a single bench work, just sitting in the lab or sitting in the computer, the idea which they think has the potential, they will write the patent application. Okay. And then they go on to validate that idea at a prototyping stage. Okay. So So, also understanding legal structures, the law and regulation in particular field, financial risk involved in particular field, ethical issues in particular field, okay, is also important at this place. Initially, secure your non-disclosure agreement. Your potential ideated idea is your asset. So, whenever you are sharing it with the other people, please sign a non-disclosure agreement so that they don't rob it. Here I would like to give an example. There was an intern who was working for a big production house in Mumbai, and then he was also looking for some opportunity to launch his own program or launch his own kind of different entertainment program. So, he was looking for some time while working for that company, and then he came across a potential idea. Okay. So, what he did is he worked on his idea, drawn some loan and to make some small videos, and then he went on to a production house and presented his idea. Production house, they had their own goals of increasing their own TRP and all those things. So, they didn't supported this person, but ultimately they came up with the similar program on their own channel without giving any credit to this person, because he had not signed any legal obligation for that company to keep his ideas secret. So, having the non-disclosure agreement or keeping in mind various the legal matters is also important. Then comes writing a business plan. Okay. So, maybe on next presentation I will go into detail, but then you need to identify who are your various customer segments, okay, who are your key partners if you are going to start a business, the key activities which your organization will be involved in. You have to delimit them. Okay. Many times outsource. Okay. Today's world outsourcing is done very effectively. Instead of doing the work yourself, you can outsource it at a cheaper rate. Okay. Certain work. So, what activities your domain, what is the value proposition for your organization, and what is the value proposition for the customer, what is the customer relationship, what is the cost structure. Okay. Many times Google is given as an example, it gives its services for free. Okay. Many services for free, but still they are earning their revenues. So, by giving it for free, they were able to get more revenue. How? They were able to reach to more people. If they were kept these services paid, then they could have not reached to that much people. So, reach, okay, the customer base, that also is to be taken or understand. Customer segment, scale at which you wish to start. If you are starting in an urban environment where operating costs are very high, starting at a very small scale will not work. Okay. What is the scale you require for paying that many employees or renting that much big place? Okay. So, all these things you need to be aware of and plan. So, making a business plan and asking yourself questions and then finding the right answer in various categories of a business model canvas is another stage in developing your ideating your idea and then developing a prototype of your business. So, lastly, how government societies in India are giving thrust to this process through this to promotion of this employability by promoting the entrepreneurship, developing employments to the people through the entrepreneurship. So various incubation facilities, Startup India grant, various grants are given by government. Even at the education level, the lecture is part of Institution Innovation Council, which are started in the different colleges, wherein the knowledge about all these processes is given at the right stage of college education or school education, so that the students can explore the possibilities of entrepreneurship after education. They don't only run for the jobs. Okay. So various organizations like Center for Incubation and Business Acceleration, various research institutes and universities nowadays have incubation facilities, wherein the students can discuss their ideated idea with the experts, and then the experts also can suggest them the changes needed in their idea. Also they can go develop the prototype, test their prototypes inside the incubated center, okay, and then incubation center at the nominal cost provides them facility. Many times it is free, or many times the research grant is given or development grant is given to the person who is starting up, and then in lieu of some share of their business if they are successful. Okay, a successful a potential idea is given, the amount, okay, or the share, in lieu of the share, maybe 10% of your organization, which is a very small amount, but the business thrust is provided for testing your ideas. Okay, so there are various facilities which you can explore, but looking for the ideas, looking for understanding the technologies. Just a few days ago I was sitting in a place, there was a kid using his smartphone, and there was an old man, maybe he's in 80s or 90s, sitting next to him, very keen observer, and maybe looked like a very read about and well informed person. He just said, looking at the kid with his technology, see how much potential these kids have tomorrow. So much of technology is there at their hands. They only have to put in efforts, and there are no sky is the limit for your growth. Okay. So with this I will like to end my presentation. Thank you, and keep thinking about solving the problems of society, giving value based solution to the society through your ideas. And then once you have the ideas, just don't let them go away, jot them down and ideate them further in your brain, take the help of experts, and then go for your business plan. Okay, thank you. Thank you for patient listening.